Hello, yes, I am the real Edward Cullen, and this is my first YouTube video. I had hoped to bring joy and levity and a little light into the darkness of this world. Unfortunately, the Labour Party exists, and I despise them. And this is why. Now, being my first YouTube video, it does go on a little, and I don't necessarily stick to the topic at hand all the way through, but this is me. This is what I have to say. And I hope that if you watch it all and you listen, it'll give you something to think about. Enjoy. Fundamentally, the reason I despise the Labour Party is because they do not care about ordinary people. And yet, they spend all their time claiming the opposite. The best example I can see of this is when Margaret Thatcher died. Now, yeah, okay, I am a Conservative. I do believe Margaret Thatcher did some good. But that's not really the point. When Margaret Thatcher died, people went dancing in the streets, singing, "Ha ha, the witch is dead." And that, to me, was not only distasteful, but it really showed how, after 30 years, people hadn't moved on. You say, oh yes, but Thatcher destroyed communities and blah, blah, blah. But think of it in these terms. I'm a married man. I have some children and I have a wife. One day, my wife empties my bank account, takes my children, and goes and shacks up with another guy. Would I be right to be angry? Yeah, absolutely. But if I had a friend, true friend, how would they behave? Well, if it was me, if I was the friend, I would obviously take them down the pub and get them completely lashed. And, for a week, maybe two, I'd let them wallow in self-pity. Because that's normal and healthy and probably necessary. What would I do then? So, after 2, 3, 4 weeks, would I turn around and say, all right, mate, bad things happened, but you need to suck it up and get on with your life? Or would I say, yeah, bitch, you should stay angry at her for the rest of your life and never move on? So that in 30 years' time, when she has an unfortunate accident involving a bus, you can sing and dance and say, ha, the witch is dead. Or would I, as your friend, hope that after 30 years, you'd moved on with your life? that you'd been able to say, yeah, you know, there were bad times. I was treated badly, but I've moved on with my life. I've made something of myself. I've put that behind me and got on with it. You see the parallel? 30 years, the Labour Party has exploited the hurt in those communities. When I say those communities, I mean the communities like the one my mum came from, like the one I would go and visit every Saturday, like the highlight of my week, going to visit mum, grandma and granddad with my mum. The train, nice day trip, brilliant. That's why I hate them. I use that word hate because it is emotional to me. I despise them, but there's a real pain because this is a community that I came from. Yeah, all right, I didn't grow up, day to day in the mining community, but my mum did. And I visited every week. And I saw it. I felt it. I feel it today. I feel the hopelessness and despair, the destruction, the ripping out of those communities. And that's why I despise the Labour Party. Because they didn't do anything to help. All they did was twist and manipulate and say, yeah, the Tories are evil and you need to vote for us and we'll make it all better. So you had a decade and a bit people being twisted up with anger and resentment, holding on. Oh yeah, when Labour get into power, they'll fix it all. And then in 1997, Tony Blair gets elected. And what changes? Fuck all. How many deep pits got reopened? None. How many of these communities got healed magically? None. And that's why I despise them. Cynical manipulation of people, abuse, and I use that word in full understanding of the current context of Weinstein and all that. The way that these communities were abused, manipulated, treated absolute disdain by these Labour politicians. Because they don't care about people. If they did care about people, the world would have moved on. They would have been pushing those people in those communities to say, yeah, you know what, bad things happened, but you can't live in the past. You got to see what you can make of yourself with what's left. The Labour doesn't do that. Don't do that. They won't do that. Because all the Labour Party care about is power. Power by any means. They have to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate. That's what they'll do. They certainly don't care about making ordinary lives for people, ordinary lives better. Ordinary people's lives better. Why would they do that? Because once people become wealthy, once they have something to lose, they stop voting for the Labour Party because they start to see that the Labour Party wants to take it off them. How many lottery winners do we hear of who may have been lifelong Labour voters? As soon as they've got some money, they start voting Tory. That's not a coincidence. It's not a betrayal. That's the other thing. You know, you grow up in a Labour community. You can't vote anything but Labour because if you do so, you're betraying your community and your roots. It don't work like that. People win the lottery, they get money, and they realise that all the Labour Party wants to do is take it off them. Not for any real reason other than they have it and they want it. And that's it. Madness. Madness. If the Labour Party really cared about people, if the Labour Party had really worked to make people's lives better. When Margaret Thatcher died, it would almost have been irrelevant. It would have been, alright, she's dead. Alright, so what? And it's not that I'm some sort of Thatcherite, I'm not actually. I think that a lot of her policies were ultimately misguided. I think that there was too little consideration of people in some of the policies. But let's not forget why she got elected. She was elected in 1979 because the country was literally on its knees. People were sick of it. People were sick of rubbish being piled in the streets. They were sick of the dead not being buried. Because that's what led to the 1979 election. The winter of discontent. Strikes across vast swathes of public services. When literally people were not being buried. Just understand that for a moment. If you understand that a society that is so broken, people are refusing to give the most basic dignity to those who have gone, simply would not bury them because they felt they weren't getting paid enough. Rant over. So, that's why I despise the Labour Party. I hope you enjoyed it, or at least found it thought-provoking. If you have a comment, please leave one. and I'll try to read and respond to as many as I can. Like, subscribe, share, the usual YouTube goodness. I am the real Edward Cullen, and I hope to see you again soon.